You're with Julian on the Brown Oak, racing through talky bits because there's so much on the show today. And Alex Garland's new film. Alex Garland was really centred to me as one of the most interesting directors in Britain. And the new film Warfare is ramming home that he's really gone off the boil for me. So he started with The Beach, which was an iconic novel, and then folded into The Beach, the terrible movie version by Danny Boyle, folded into his work with two amazing films, 28 Days Later and Sunshine, and then sort of got into his own world, actually Dredd as well. Uncredited director on the excellent Dredd and writer of Dredd. Everyone loves that film. But his own work, Ex Machina, I thought was overrated. But then he went on a really good run with Annihilation, which was my second favourite film of 2018, and Men, which was hugely underrated. And I thought, man, he's got his mojo going here. And my number one worst film of 2024 last year was Civil War, his film. I thought it was terrible. A very uninteresting, flat-wrote film about nothing that failed at the first hurdle, which was engaging in Trump America at all. He's done it again in different ways with Warfare, which is about one battle in Iraq. And it's taken from the headsets of the soldiers and the recollections of the soldiers involved. And it's got a claim again, but it's in the Battle of Ramadi. And it's a group of soldiers led by Will Poulter and a group of actors that probably aren't well known, who hole up in a house in suburban Iraq in the middle of warfare and get trapped there and blown to pieces and so on. And it's being sort of heralded as this incredibly gnarly film about warfare which doesn't flinch and blah, 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 blah. And on the other side, people saying, showing American troops in Iraq or Afghanistan or anywhere like this without making a commentary on it is de facto making a positive commentary on it and all of this. I don't even think that's true. So we get this group of soldiers, they attack a house and take it over to make it a watch post with the family inside it. And make it a watch post for them in this battle that's going on in Ramadi. And then they are subject to this incredible IED attack when one of their soldiers is hit and they try and extract him to go to hospital. The extraction tank vehicles are hit by this enormous explosion which injures a lot of them, and they then have to wait it out. Now, a lot of people have praised this film. A lot of people have given it, undue meaning by the fact that it's, not taking a stand. This is, for me, back-to-back war films where Alex Garland has made no point at all. And remarkably, both films have been really bad in different ways, completely different ways. So I thought Civil War was not only was it a film that failed to engage with its subject matter at all, ending up just being one of 100 photo war journalist films that I've seen, but it was also at the back of the pack of those films. And this is like a Black Hawk Down or The Outpost, both vastly superior films, about a particular battle sequence that again fails to engage with its subject matter or be a good film based against the two films I've just mentioned. None of the cast are interesting. Will Poulter's been really on a roll for me as a great actor, and just there's no writing of characterization. So you've made a big point about how it's only taken from the soldiers that were there. But there's no characterization. I mean, if you look at something very Hollywood like Black Hawk Down, at least there's some characterization of anyone that's involved. But the event itself is ultimately bloody but uninteresting. It really does 90% revolve around an explosion. Like, to be trite, it's not like people are being shot. I don't think anyone's hit by a gun in this film that is on the American side. They're just pointing out windows of this house, firing at people in the distance. Of course, there's no agency given to those, but I don't even care about that, because if they decided to make this incredibly amazing film just based on this thing, I would have praised it. But it isn't even that. It's not even that memorable on that score. It's like the first half of the film is slow build. There's no rewatch quality to this movie at all. It's very slow build. There's no interesting relationship between any of the soldiers at all. It's as dry as they come. And then when the fighting starts, they chuck a grenade through the window and there's an IAD goes off outside and a few of their soldiers get injured. No one gets killed. No one gets shot, as far as I remember. And they just basically sit around for the rest of the movie waiting to be picked up by another tank. Now, some of this film is well made, and some of the sequences have a lot of atmosphere and dread and are tense and so on. But that's not enough. It's not like other films. Like, if you want to watch a film about an American troop being attacked, The Outpost was pretty incredible. Wipes the floor with this on every level. This has nothing going for it. It's not even like what they do spectacularly well in this film. So I just don't understand how the last two films have got any acclaim at all. Civil War at least had people in it, and I understand why this doesn't, because it's supposed to be about a particular event, but it's very, very flat. Everyone's like so one-dimensional, and the battle sequences are well done-ish, but I've seen better in a dozen other movies. So Warfare is, to me, back-to-back fails in completely different ways from Alex Garland on the subject of war. Given that his earlier films, like even Men, the last one, criminally underrated, had a huge amount of meaning to it. So did Annihilation, and so did Ex Machina. These are just void of any meaning at all. I don't know why they made it. And it was also the blame of Ray Mendoza, who's co-director and co-writer. I just don't understand why this film exists. So back-to-back fails for me for Warfare. You will get some carnage out of it for a once through, but a 4 out of 10 for Warfare for me.